Hey everyone, welcome to Staying Strong with Ashley. I appreciate everyone watching and just being safe during this time. Um, so tomorrow is Mother's Day, and for some of us it can be tough, and for others it can be a joyful occasion. Um, I know for me personally, this year's been really tough. I think it's been tough because we're kind of quarantined. I wasn't able to, and I'm not really able to see my family. Um, and on top of that, like it just feels like a lot. A lot of stuff's been going on the past few months, and I just kind of want to connect with y'all and kind of explain how I am, which is not great. Um, I have a tendency to really minimize my own feelings because I want other people to be happy. And I don't want to tell other people, I don't want to make them feel pity on me, I don't want them to feel uncomfortable. But the overall question also is, don't my feelings matter? Don't I matter? And the answer is yes. Yes, I do. I do matter and I do care, and my feelings do matter. But sometimes in my own state of of stuff, it can really feel like it doesn't. Um, so I just kind of want to go through some stuff. I am gonna go on a picnic tomorrow with some friends who've lost their moms. So not fully in the same boat, but still hard. So, yeah. I just feel like I'm kind of all over the place. So I'm trying to gather my thoughts just a little bit because it's just been tough. I've just been really feeling that the world doesn't recognize me as a mom, and the church doesn't recognize me as a mom, and so because I don't have living kids, I'm not a mom. And I know that's not true, right? I physically know that, but it's hard when your kids aren't here. It's hard when you see other moms being recognized because their little children are doing something fun, or, you know, or even when I celebrate my mom, like when I send her cards and wish her Happy Mother's Day, it's also really hard because although she wishes me Happy Mother's Day too, she doesn't have the grandkids that she thought she would to say Happy Mother's Day to. Um, and so it's really been feeling like I'm not a mom. Now, I birthed 3 beautiful babies, but as a single woman who doesn't have children, it is really hard to be considered that. It's easy sometimes to be considered a mom when a single woman or single man who has kids, right? You are a single parent and you have children. You have a spouse and you have children. Or even sometimes you and your spouse don't have children, but at least you guys can go through it together. And I'm not minimizing any of that. I just hope you know. It's just that at this stage in my life of not being with anyone and not having any children, Mother's Day is hard. It's hard to even kind of grasp that you'd even be recognized, because you would be recognized not only if you did have kids, but if you were with somebody, you would be recognized that way. And I don't have either of those things. And so it's really hard to think that I'm going to be recognized at all. Especially when right now in a pandemic, everyone's thinking about themselves. No one's thinking about other people. Which is kind of ironic because we're self-isolated, but we still think about ourselves. And, it's just, it's tough. It's tough for me. It's tough for me because a lot of people who know, they don't know what to do. They don't know what to say. And honestly, they probably aren't even sure if they consider me a mom at all. And so to think that Mother's Day is a great celebration for our moms, and or Father's Day, right? Father's Day is coming up too. I'm totally all in for it because I think it is a great celebration. And I think it's a great time to recognize our parents in our lives who've truly given us um, everything we desire and we love and things like that. And the love that we've gotten from them. But it's also a hard day. So I want you to also just remember that as well. It's hard for those who've lost their moms. It's hard for those um, who who have lost their children. And so I say all this to give some tips. I don't know what it's like to lose a parent at all. I know one day that'll happen, and I know it'll be extremely hard. But I do know that as someone who has lost somebody and different celebrations, it can be tough. And so here are some tips that I want to share with you in regards to how to cope with Mother's Day and how to help people with that. So I'm going to go with how to help people who've lost their parents, and obviously if you have different comments and different things, let me know. These are just some tips that I've been able to do. So different ways that I've helped my friends who've lost their moms to celebrate Mother's Day is to be with them, is to know that they're not alone, to allow them to feel all the feelings that they need, and to recognize that this is a hard day for them, and that if they need to go see their mom or if they need to vent about it or whatever, that I'm there for them. In this weird time now, it's kind of interesting because we're there for each other, because I also need those same things. But I just honestly want them to recognize their mom in whatever that way works for them. Whether that's planting something, whether that's just leaving them alone so they can deal with it, whether that's taking a walk, doing a picnic, doing things that honor their mom in their way. That's what we need to do. For those who've lost a parent, we need to support them in the opportunities that allow them to feel loved. And then for those who have lost a mom, I think it's really important on Mother's Day for you to talk with a trusted friend about how you're feeling, to be really honest about what it is that you're feeling, and to talk with them. And to just do whatever you want to do. Whether it is that you don't want to celebrate at all and you just want to take a spa day, take some time off, do you. Or whether it's, you want to do something that your mom liked to do. And so you do that. Maybe she liked to go play bingo. And so you're just like, to honor her, I'm going to go play bingo. Or maybe it's that she liked to plant flowers, and so you plant a flower for her, or you give. Just do whatever's on your heart. Like, don't make it a day that is that you have to do something. I'm a big proponent about whatever comes to you and whatever God puts for you, that you do that. And this is that time that for those options. I just want to say that a lot of these things that I'm saying also kind of correlate with those who've lost a child. So you'll probably hear it again. But I don't honestly know, like I said, what it's like to lose a mom or a parent. But what I do know is that certain times of the year are tough. And you need people to surround you and support you in whatever fashion that looks like. And that means for someone you trust to just be there and to walk with you in that journey. And we all need that, guys. We all need to stop being so self-isolated, self-controlled, like, oh, I can't do this, I can't do that. You know what? It's not about you. It's about the world, I think the other thing is just one of the things that I am a big proponent on is also making sure that we're checking up on each other. When we know something, whether it's that that someone lost a mom or lost a child, are we checking in? Are we checking in to see how they're really doing? You know, and that doesn't even have to be just the Mother's Day. That's just a day in general. Like, how often are you checking in with somebody just to say, hey, like, where are you at? Like, are you okay? What's going on? Um, yeah. So, yeah. In regards to um, those who've lost a child, Mother's Day can really make you bring up a lot of feelings about, like I said, not feeling like you are a mom, not having someone there. I think that for those who have friends who have lost a child, here are some great ways to support them. Allow them to talk, allow them to feel, allow them to like for you to just be with them at that time, to not dismiss their feelings. Check in on them. Check in to see if they're okay, how they're doing. Wish them a happy Mother's Day. We may not feel that we are a mother. We may not feel that the world thinks that we're a mother. But if our friends and our family wish us a happy Mother's Day, then we feel loved and supported and know that we are one. We are a mother and that someone cares and reaches out. You know, treat your friend. Treat your friend to maybe a gift, maybe breakfast, maybe some food, whatever it is, maybe flowers. You know, maybe just say, here, like, in honor of your kids, I know that they can't do this for you, and so I'm doing this for you. Because honestly, our kids can't make us gifts. Our kids can't bring us flowers. Our kids can't do a lot of things for us because they're not here. And for those who are dealing with this alone, like me, and I mean alone, not that you don't have family, but that you don't have a spouse, it's really important to make us not feel alone. Because we already do. We already know that we don't have someone here. We already know where the world is. So make us feel loved. And make us feel like you are there. Because sometimes people don't want to talk about that, and it's hard. It's hard to want to discuss your feelings on what it is and how maybe you feel abandoned or unloved or whatever. And it's hard to talk about that when people don't recognize it. And I just want to also just like say that bringing up a child's name that has been lost, like it's really okay. If you want to say I'm wishing you a happy Mother's Day from Lily, AJ, and Logan, like if someone was to say that to me, I would love that, because that meant that they knew my child's name and they recognized me as a mom and that they are trying to do something for me. So don't ever think that bringing up a child's name that's been lost is such a hard time and maybe a trigger, because honestly, we need to know that you know their names, that you know that we had little babies who were amazing, and we just want to feel loved like that. For those who are going through this, for those who've lost a child and your Mother's Day is tough, I'm there. Honestly, this year, I'm just there. I don't even know. Some people have asked me what I want to do, and because I'm so accommodating, I will do what other people want me to do. And I think it's also because I don't know. I don't know what to do. I don't know what I want to do, and I don't even know how to do it, even if I had an idea. I can't go see their grave. I can't go see flowers I planted. There's a lot of things I can't do, and not in a bad way, just way that's my mind is thinking, and so I have to readjust to what I can do now. I mean, I can't go to a restaurant really, like we're at 25% capacity and I'm high risk, so I can't see a lot of my friends all at one time because of where we're at. And so I think just as we move through this pandemic on Mother's Day, where it's really tough, I just ask that if you're having a hard time with this like me, that you can find in a trusted friend. You tell that friend how you're feeling, that you're feeling alone, that you're feeling left out, that you don't feel like a mom. And allow them to feel like to comfort you in whatever way that means. Not every time will Mother's Day or certain days bring up a lot of emotions. I don't think even last year I had all these emotions, but I might have. I don't even remember. But when they come, just really be there. If you have children who are alive, maybe allow allow the siblings of your allow the rainbow babies that you have to honor you with different things with them. And I'm talking about, like, if you have a rainbow baby, or you have a baby who before you lost a child, allow that child to do something for you in honor of your lost child. Maybe it's that they want to write a card and sign it as the lost child or whatever. Allow them to be contributed in that, because I think it's important that they also help you in this journey, and that they're not feeling left out, and that you only think of this and not think of them. Like, you want all your children to be loved and cherished, and so allow them to do something from the both of, or all of them. Not only do I want you to tell a trusted friend, maybe take a walk, take a nice bath, do something for yourself. Do something that you know would make you feel encouraged. Do something that you've always wanted to do. I'm not sure if that works right now in a pandemic, but do something that would make you feel encouraged and loved. Cry it out. Cry. If you can't tell somebody just because you don't know, just cry and pray. And honestly, if reading something is helpful, maybe just binge watching TV. Just do whatever it is that you feel like you can handle that day. I know that sometimes I can't handle certain things, and so I just can't. Maybe there are days I just can't get out of bed, and I'm just like, you know what? I'm just gonna lay here, and I'm gonna be okay with that, because that's where I'm at. And so be okay with where you're at tomorrow, whatever that looks like. Maybe you're happy and excited and you just feel really loved, and that's okay. Maybe you feel really upset and down and just not loved, and that's okay. Wherever you're at, just feel it. Just cry. I think praying to God and telling Him and expressing to Him exactly how you feel. If you're angry, if you're upset, if you're anxious, whatever it is that you're feeling, just tell Him out, because guess what? God can handle it. Sometimes humans can't handle that. Sometimes we have a really big problem with people's feelings. I don't understand why. Sometimes bothers me, as you can tell by my tone of voice. But if we are able to tell God, because He can handle anything, then please do it. Please, please, please just do it. Don't dismiss your feelings. I know I do that a lot, and I've been working on it. And I've been talking with people to kind of do that. And so don't dismiss your feelings. Don't think that because someone else is grieving that your grief is less important, because it's not. Your grief is just as important as everyone else. You may not know what you want to do. You may not understand where to go, but you are important too. You are just as important as everybody, because God made you a wonderful, amazing woman. He made you to be here, and it is hard. It is a hard time. And yet you are strong. You are strong because you got up this morning. You are strong because you tried today. You are strong every single day that you just wake up and say, you know what, I'm getting out of bed. And if that's all you can do, then yes, you are strong. But I just want you to know that I'm also here. I'm in this trench with you, because I feel the same way sometimes. And sometimes I just don't know. And so if you're in there, I'm in there too, and so we can come together. But I just, I want us to all support each other during this time. Support each other who have lost a mom. Support each other who've lost children. And support each other who just need comfort. Because ultimately, this is a time that we can do that. This is a time we can drop off flowers, bring food, connect on the phone, connect via video time, maybe go into a park 6 feet away. We can still be there for one another because this is the time to do it. Thank you so much for listening. If you have other ideas on how to celebrate Mother's Day, or maybe you just want to reach out or whatever, definitely comment below. If you have other ideas for what I should talk about, comment below. But I'm, definitely subscribe and just allow me to really help you during this tough time, because I know personally this Mother's Day is feeling a lot harder than others, and I'm sure I'm not alone. Thank you so much. Bye.